there, and welcome to Cooking with Miridae. I am your host, Miridae the Giraffe, and I'm going to show you how I cook one of my most favorite meals ever. So as a warning, this is going to be sloppy as fuck, so I hope you enjoy the ride, and let's get started. So the very first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to get our 2 breasts of chicken meat right here, and then we're going to cut them up. You cut them up into bite-sized pieces, however big or small that is, I guess, depends on you. This is the size I went with. Next, we go ahead and we grab our 3 favorite seasonings, salt, pepper, and garlic, and then you liberally sprinkle those all over your meat that you've just sliced, and it should look pretty delicious. Well, not really, because it's not cooked, but anyway, nice and seasoned. Good job. From there, we gotta get our pan ready. So I use extra virgin olive oil to keep my chicken from sticking to the bottom of my pot. And then we just put a little bit in there and make sure it gets all nice and toasty. Then you toss in your chicken, and it should start cooking right away if you've preheated your pan really fast and efficiently. So we get that started. Whoop. From there, oh yeah, here's me mixing around, making sure to cook it on all sides nice and evenly and consistently. From there, it should whiten up as chicken meat usually does. And then, I measured the wrong side on this, but pretty much you use 2 cups of heavy whipping cream or half and half or milk or whatever your dietary preference is. Yeah, I usually don't measure it. I usually just pull out the whole ass container in there, but for the sake of this video, I measured. You do 2 cups of water as well. And then you go ahead and you pour all that good stuff into your pot. And then, what we're gonna do, the original recipe I found this for calls for penne noodles. I just kind of grab whatever fucking kind of noodles I have in the pantry. This time, it was elbows, so we pour those guys in there. I usually do about half a box. You let it cook. It'll cook the flavors and stuff into the noodles, so you just let it do its thing. And usually about this time, I think it's about 10 or so minutes. It usually depends on the type of noodles you use. You basically do it for however long the box says. But for me, I don't really pay attention to time, so when I get impatient enough, I try a noodle, see if it's soft. If it's soft, we're good, and we move on to the next step. If not, I cook it for a couple more minutes. But after you got your noodles to the tenderness you like, you liberally apply mozzarella and Parmesan. Like I just said, I tend to kind of use whatever I have in my pantry or my fridge. It does not need to be part skim. It can be whatever kind of mozzarella you have. This is just what I've got at the time. Pour some in there. The original recipe I think called for like 2 cups or some shit. I just pour it in there until I'm happy. I love cheese, so I just fuck it up with cheese. Mix it in. This is the pan that we will be putting it into. This is I think it's a 9 by 13 pan, maybe? No, whatever. One side's longer than the other. You pour it in there. Then you put some more cheese on top. And then you make sure your oven's nice and preheated to broil. I usually do 425, 450, depending on the time. Everything in the food's already all cooked, so this is basically just to brown the top of the cheese on top. So you put it in there, I do 7 minutes, then you pull it out. And that's how you cook my favorite meal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you try this someday, and if you do, let me know. If not, then, well, I hope you enjoyed. Bye!